Well, good morning, everyone. And here we are again, October 2nd. Can you believe it's already October? Wade Cruz, pastor for Senior Adults, Quail Springs Baptist Church. Here we are, Ball Cap Bible Study. We're on the Ten Commandments series, and we are looking at the second. Sorry, I've got the screen going. You can't see here. Second commandment. So my screen. I'm wearing the U.S. Cavalry hat today because just a little tidbit for all of you out of Canadian County and out of Oklahoma that watch this. El Reno, specifically Fort Reno, has the U.S. Cavalry Association headquarters at Fort Reno. And this weekend was their big gathering and competition. And also, we were able to bring in the full-size replica Vietnam Memorial Wall. You can see, let me get out of the way, you can see the deal there. So I set that as my background. I took that picture, pretty neat stuff. It was very goosebumpy in that solemn kind of way. So kind of ties in with today's second commandment. So we'll get into that. This one won't be very long because it's really, I mean, they're all straightforward, but this one, is kind of like the book of James. God kind of smacks us right in the face with a 2 before, so, or a baseball bat, however you want to say it. Well, let's get into it. And I hope you can see that the closer we get to God, the closer we get to that first commandment, the more there is of God and the less there is of us. So, it starts with the last commandment, 10th commandment is where we started, about coveting. And it's, God's like, your thought process is just as important as your action, because that's where actions begin. So we're number 2. I'm going to read it. This one's another one with heft, another meaty one. Has length, has depth, has several verses. Listen to this. You've heard the first part often, but these verses that follow, of course, we last week we went over, do not take the Lord's name in vain. Don't casually throw it around. It's holy. It's to be revered. It should mean something. Okay. Ready? You've heard this. You shall not make for yourself an idol or any likeness of what is in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the water under the earth. You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children of the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing loving kindness to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. Do you see that attachment there? Do you love him? Well, what's the proof? What's the evidence? That you keep his commandments. Just like it said in the end of Ecclesiastes, when all is said and done, fear the Lord and keep his commandments. God does not make it complicated. God does not hide from us. Deion Sanders is pouring into kids at Colorado at his school where he's the coach, and he's on record. You can go YouTube all over the place. He is not ashamed of the gospel, and he tells the kids, he wears this sweatshirt says, I'm not hard to find, and neither is God. Just look around. It's called general revelation. You watch a hummingbird fly backwards. You see a monarch butterfly land on some flowers. You see a baby being born. All sorts of things. His evidence is in nature and everything around, and that's what he's trying to tell us about. No idols, no images. We worship the Creator. Anything that we manufacture to worship is just a creation of our own abilities that came from the Creator to start with. can't see my fingers. This thing's a mess. All right. It's like I'm ghosting you now. But so, all right, I'll stop with the hand gestures today. You'll just see my face. Uh, I hurt for you. Anyway, no idol. Now, let's talk about what an idol is or possibly could be. Here's my simple little definition. Anything you put before God is going to be an idol of some sort. You know, there are people who love cars. A lifestyle is an idol. People get that way between them and God. You know, like nowadays you have the country club lifestyle, the lake lifestyle, the, you know, football fanatic lifestyle, all sorts of things. If any of those are more important than God, it's an idol. It's between you and God. It is keeping you from God. You know, in this country, I really believe with all my heart that Satan uses prosperity to keep us from God. You know, and then tries to make it sound like, well, God has blessed you and you deserve and go enjoy and all that kind of stuff. It's like, no. The joy of the Lord is our strength, the Bible tells us. So a graven image, you know, the media wants to slam images into our brains. You know, the enemy is using TikTok to slam images into our children and grandchildren. So, you know, these phones, you can't see it. Where is it? Come here, phone. There you go. These phones, they're a useful tool, but they can be, take a phone away from a kid and watch them go through withdrawals. I'm serious. It's so what is an idol? What is your idol? Some people it's money, some people it's career, some people it's you know, even family. I've seen, you know, grandbabies and, you know, things, family, you know, I'm a family first guy. I think we were just told we need to be a God first guy, a God first girl. And don't let anything come between you and God. And here's the thing, you can cast down your idols. You can put them down. It will always take God's help and strength, but cast down those idols. Make God the number one priority. There's a verse, it's a great apologetics verse, and I'll close with this, but it's you know, 1 Peter 3:15, and it says, sanctify Christ as Lord in your hearts, always being prepared to give a defense to anyone who asks for the hope that is within you, yet with gentleness and reverence. So the very beginning of that verse is what this commandment is talking about. Sanctify Christ as Lord. The word sanctify means set apart, make special. So, you know, I always see like the old apothecary cabinet. You know, in America, we're very compartmentalized. We, you know, you see this cabinet with all these little drawers, and that's what we do. We put our job in this drawer, and our family in this drawer, and our leisure time in this drawer, and our, you know, vacation stuff in this drawer, and our hobbies in this drawer, and our duties, pay bills, and, you know, make dinner every night in this drawer, do the yard work in this drawer. And then we have a drawer for God, for our relationship with, and that is not at all what the Bible says. This verse, this commandment says, don't let anything get between, I'm paraphrasing, don't let anything get between me and you. Don't worship an idol, an image, anything. God comes first. And when you think about it, life can be compartmentalized. If that's how you want to manage it, that's fine. But Jesus doesn't go in one of the drawers. He goes on top of the cabinet. He rules over all of it. We worship the Creator, not a creation, not a created thing. So don't worship what your hands make. Worship who made your hands. All right. I love you. That's it. We'll finish on the last one. It's really the first commandment next week, and we'll go from there. All right. Yay, U.S. Cavalry.